Okay, good evening, everybody. Today is Sunday, July 9th, 2023. I am just about to take my trades for tonight, and for this week, right, with the COT report. I'm doing this solo right now, so this isn't really an official webinar. Nobody's here live, but I wanted to make a recording of myself taking the COT report trades so that you guys could see kind of the in and out process of how I actually go in there and execute the setups, which I think will be very helpful to you guys. As you guys know, I'm doing several different prop firm challenges right now with the COT report. This is a challenge. This account that you're looking at right here, this is my 200K challenge with Funded Trading Plus. I've traded it for a couple of weeks now. It's up just over $5,000. And looking forward to another week, right? So we just had kind of a slower week with Independence Day here in the United States. And so I'm excited to kind of get into some more aggressive trading this week. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it and show you how to do this. But before I do that, I just realized I need to share a quick disclaimer with you guys because it even though I'm taking these trades myself, I need you guys to just be kind of aware of the different risks involved here. So let me go ahead and pull this up. Here, let's do this. Just real quick, I need to go over a disclaimer here and put this up in front of everybody. As always, here, let me put this up here. As always, you can lose all or more than your initial investment if you're not careful. So please be aware of how many pips you're risking on each trade, in addition to how big your lot size is and ultimately how that would affect your account if you were to lose money. So make sure that you're going through that process each and every time that you take a trade. So, and I'm not trying to make a claim here or anything like that. I'm just showing you how I take the trades and how you can certainly manage them the way you want to. I am going to be adjusting my lot size in just a moment. I'm going to be adjusting my stop loss and things like that. These are very important things in regard to my personal risk management style. You guys are more than welcome to trade it however you would like to do it, but please be aware of those concepts and those risks before you jump into the market. Okay. All right. With that said, let's really jump into this. Okay. So I've got my account pulled up here, right? So I am going to take this on different accounts. I do have a copy trader that will take these trades across different accounts that I have, but I will take these trades individually so that you guys can see it. So I know the account is up $5,000. However, I'm going to treat it as if it's still just a $200,000 account. And that's just kind of how I manage all my prop firm accounts. If I'm up, let's say I have a month where I'm up $10,000 or $15,000, I still trade the account as if it's still at its baseline, and I treat the risk the same way. And I actually do the same thing when it gets in a little bit of a drawdown too, when that happens. So just so everybody kind of knows, that's what I do. All right, so with that in mind, let's take a look at the trades for this week. So when I'm looking at when I'm taking my trades, what I like to do is I like to take a look at the COT report, which all of you who are members of the program have access to this journal. If you are not a member of our program, you can become a member and start a 14-day free trial. There's a link in the description below. But all of you should have access to this. So these are the top 6 trades that we've indicated for this week. So you've got a pound yen long, pound CAD long, USD yen long, USD CAD long, Aussie yen long, and Aussie CAD long. So all longs this week. Those are the top 6 trades of the week per the COT report, right? And I've already indicated different stop losses for these things. By the way, this is our Telegram channel. All of you who are members have access to this. For those of you that are not members of the program, you can get access to this premium signals channel. Again, that comes with part of your membership, and you can start that 14-day free trial down below. But yeah, so these are the top 6 trades of the week, and I've indicated what recommended stop losses there are, what stop loss I'm using for each pair. And these are week-long stop losses. So for those of you that are kind of new, you might notice that these stop losses are kind of big. Well, that's because it's a week-long trade. This is not a scalp trade. If you're scalping, you're going to use a 10, 20 pip stop loss. But when this is a week-long trade, you're going to definitely need a lot more room. So we use an average daily range as our stop loss. So let's kind of go through this process together. Okay, so And the average daily range I get from maytaf.net. You guys have seen me do that before, but here's what we need to do. So let's start with the first trade. So the first trade is the pound yen long. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my chart. I'm going to make sure I have the pound yen pulled up first. You don't have to do everything in order, but that's what I like to do is I like to pull up my chart. Here's the pound yen. Okay, I've got it pulled up. That looks good. Now I go back to the internet over here, and I need to go to my lot size calculator. I like to use this lot, or not this. This is my statistics. I like to use this lot size calculator with my FX book. There's a lot of different lot size calculators that you can use, but this is the one that I have pretty much used for a long time and I've really liked it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna by the way, if you want to use this, just Google search my FX book position size calculator. It should be one of the first links and then it'll pull up. Then I just go to pound yen because that's what I'm trading, right? I'm trading in US currency, so I'll keep that at USD. It defaults to that. And then I'll change my account size to $200,000 because that's how big the account I'm trading it this week. My risk per trade, I risk when it's a prop firm account, it's 0.0, it's 0.75%. If I'm risking if I'm trading my own account where it's my own money and not a prop firm, I do 1% per trade. And that's what I've done for a while. And I've really liked the way I've managed my risk doing it that way. You guys, again, this is where it becomes up to you. If you want to do this, if you want to risk more, you certainly can. There's a reason why I do 0.75. It's just because let's just say that all 6 trades went bad immediately for the week. Let's just say everything was wrong. If you lose all 6 trades, you'll lose them pretty quickly, and you'll be done. And you'll lose about 4.5% of your account. And that is a lot, but it would still keep you in the game if you lost 4.5%. If you lost over 5% in a single day, that could kick you out of a prop firm challenge. And so we don't want to see that type of thing happen, which is why I've always risked 0.75% per trade. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this in here. So I'm going to do 0.75%. And I'm good to go. Now I got to figure out what my pips are. Well, I've already done this work on Maytaf. So if you're a member of the program, all you'd have to do is just go to Telegram here and find out what I put in here as my stop loss, which is 184 pips. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to put in 184 pips for the week. And then I'm going to click calculate. And this is going to tell me what lot size I need. So as you can see here, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see this a little bit better. Oops, that's too far. Let's zoom in. So you'll scroll down after you click calculate and it'll tell you how much you're risking on this trade. So I'm risking $1,500 on this trade this week, which is exactly what I want because that's 0.75%. And that's what I'm willing to lose on this trade if it just doesn't go right, is $1,500. If you were trading in units, this is what it would be in units. We use lot sizes in MT4. So a 1.16 contract is what I need to take this trade. And that's perfect. That's exactly what I need. So now that I know this, and I know that I'm going long, now I just need to go back to the charts and I need to click new order up here. It's right up here in the top left of your screen. It's a big button that says new order. You're going to click that. It's going to pull up this window. And the first thing you're going to want to check is make sure the symbol's correct. Yep, it is. It's pound yen. And then I'm going to put in 1.16. And then I got to put in a stop loss. Now, I don't know exactly where my stop loss needs to be in just a second. Per Funded Trading Plus's rules, you have to have a stop loss on every single trade. So I am going to place one, but I am going to move it after the fact. Okay. If you're trading with a different platform, you may not need to put in a stop loss right away. You can adjust it later. But with Funded Trading Plus, you do have to place one immediately. Otherwise, they'll close the trade. And it could be I think they call it like a small breach or something like that. It wouldn't close your account from what I'm aware of, but I don't think it's a good thing to have those things against you. If it's one of their rules, you might as well follow the rules, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just pick a level. So right now you can see the current price of the market's at 183.038 approximately. You can see it over here. So I'm probably going to put my stop loss just for now at like 182, and then I'll adjust it in just a moment. So let's just do 182.000. I don't use a take profit with this strategy, as you guys know. It is a take profitless strategy. It's a time target. You basically hold the trade until you hold the trade until Friday, and then if the trade's profitable, obviously it'll close Friday for whatever it's worth. Okay. So I double check my work. Yep, it's pound yen, 1.16 contract, and that seems right because obviously, here, let me close some of this stuff. Right here, you can see it's 1.16. Yep, that seems right. Okay, we're good to go. So I can go ahead and just click buy. So this is kind of, I guess it can be kind of the scary thing to do if you're kind of new or if it's a prop firm account, but get comfortable and have confidence in your work once you know what you're doing and once you've got everything set up. So I'm going to go ahead and click buy. And that trade is in, folks. So I'm ready to go on this one, but I'm not quite done yet though. I need to adjust that stop loss to exactly where it needs to go. So I've put one in, but it's not in the right place yet. So per the recommendation for this week, the average daily range for the pound yen is 184 pips, and that's what we're going with for a weekly stop loss. And again, for those of you on YouTube who have no idea about the strategy, you're going to light me up for that kind of stop loss, but just realize that this strategy funded 6 traders last month over $800,000, $200,000 each. Or no, I guess it was 6 traders for a total of $800,000, right? Just last month. So you can, I mean, if you think your strategy is really better and you're going to laugh at my stop loss, well, then I encourage you to put your MyFX book statistics down below with your comments, okay? Because maybe that won't work for you, but it's working for us. And so if you don't like it, I'm not changing it because it's been great and we're really happy with it. So again, I invite your comments, whether they're good or bad. You know, you're welcome to trade this with us. You're welcome to join the program. But just be respectful. That's all I'm asking, because that's another thing too, is you may not know what somebody else has available. Like, we might have something that could really benefit you. And if you're just going to attack it immediately without really diving into the mechanics of it, then you're never really going to get anywhere, right? So give it a shot before you just send it to heck, right? That's all I'm saying. And that's kind of the approach I've taken with a lot of things. Yeah, I'm skeptical about a lot of stuff, but I think anybody who has something that's working ought to be heard, rather than just being like, I'm too prideful to hear you out, right? So it might be crazy. You might like 180 pips. That's huge. Yeah, it is. Keep in mind, the pound yen out of all 28 currency pairs has the biggest ADR in the entire market. So it makes sense that the pound yen is going to have such a big stop loss. Okay. Because try and make a trade as big as we're going to take. I mean, we've had trades in the last couple of weeks that have made 500 pips, right? 500 pip wins. And you don't get that with a 10 pip stop loss. You don't get that with a 20 pip stop loss. Sometimes it requires a 50, 100, sometimes 150 pip stop loss to get the job done. Okay. So our average win to average loss ratio is really, really good, even with these really big stop losses. And it's because we have 300 pips, 400 pips, 500 pip wins. Okay. So like I said, hear me out before you kind of laugh at the big stop loss, because that's kind of, we've done it the other way, where you have the 30 pip stop loss and it defeats the entire strategy, right? And again, like I said, we had 6 traders get funded last month, over $800,000. So we must be doing something right. with this strategy. And they only, by the way, they only traded this strategy. That's it. Just the COT report, nothing else. So, okay, so now let's jump into this. So now I got to adjust the stop loss. So like I said before, the recommended stop for this week is 184. So now I got to adjust this. So I can grab my stop loss here and I can move this wherever I want. So I need to adjust this down because I need it to be about 1,500 pips of potential risk, which should put me about, like I said, 184 pips. It's basically right there. Okay, that's the stop loss for the week right there. Now I'm not done yet because we use a trailing stop with this strategy. This is a really good strategy to use a trailing stop because you're going to have trades that go in your favor big time. And you want to make sure that you lock in some of that profit. And some weeks you're going to have trades that go in your favor at the beginning of the week, and then they go back against you at the end of the week. So you want to make sure that you lock in something so that it's not a catastrophic week if, let's say, you were up a bunch and then everything just goes bad at the end of the week. So you want to lock in some of that profit, right? So that's where the trailing stop comes in. What we do on MT4 is we use a half an average daily range trailing stop. And this is on every single trade that we take. So if the average daily range is 184 pips, like we've already discussed for the pound yen this week, I'm going to divide that by 2, and that's going to be my trailing stop. So that's 92 pips. Okay, so now what I do is I click on my trade, and I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to trailing custom, and then I'm going to change this to 92, but I'm also going to add a 0. And the reason why I add a 0 is because they measure it in points, not pips. And a point is 1/10 of a pip. So naturally, we need this number to be 10 times bigger than 92, which is 920. So 920 is going to be what we're going to put in. I'm going to click OK. And that trade, folks, is ready for the week. Okay, it is ready to just go for the entire week, which is really exciting. So we'll just let that do its thing, and we're off to the next trade. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is we've got 5 more trades to take. We'll go a little bit faster now that we've taken a look at this. Let's go over to back to the COT report journal. What other trade is, or what other currency is the bank buying this week? So it looks like the banks are buying the pound CAD. Okay, so we want to put a position on the pound CAD. So the first thing I'm going to do is change my chart to the pound CAD. Okay, done. Easy, right? One of the easier things to do. Now I got to go over here to my lot size calculator, change this to the pound CAD. Okay, it's $200,000 account. Risk is still 0.75%. What's my stop loss? Let's go to the Telegram channel. It's 110 pip recommended stop loss. Okay, so 110 pips. Okay, so I'm going to put that in 110. Okay, and then double check, yeah, pound CAD in US currency, 200,000, 0.75, 110, click calculate. Okay, there it is. So in order to risk $1,500, which is 0.75% of my account, I need a 1.81 contract. Okay, so now I come over here and I click new order, and I go 1.81 contract, and I'm going to put in a stop loss just for now. I'll adjust it later. Let's just do 1.69, 1.69, and double check everything. Yep, looks good. Go ahead and click buy. Okay, and we're in. So trades in, but now we got to adjust this stop loss. What's the stop loss again? It's 110 pips. So I'm going to drag this. It looks like we need to go up with this one. 110 pips is about right here. You can see over here, notice these numbers change. So that's telling me how many dollars I'm risking and the amount of pips I'm risking right here. So that's about $1,500, about 110 pips, 109 pips, something like that. Click OK, let it go right there. The trade's ready now. So at least this trade is the right stop loss is in, but now we got to put in a trailing stop, right? So if it's 110 pips is the average daily range, then in our calculator here, we need to put 110 divided by 2. That's 55 pips, right? So now we got to do a trailing stop of 55 pips, right? So I'm going to come to custom. I'm doing this faster now because we all know how to do this, right? If you don't know how to do this, then go back and watch it. Just when I did it slowly. Okay, so I'm trying to go faster now. Okay, click OK. That trade is ready to go. So the next one, let's go do the next one. I've got the USD yen. That's along with 148 pips. Okay, good. Let's make sure we change our chart to the dollar yen. Okay, and let's go over to the lot size calculator. Change this to the dollar yen. Okay, let's change this to 148 pips. Click calculate, and I need a 1.45 contract. Okay, 1.45, and I'm going to double check. Yep, 148. Okay, looks good. Now I'm going to click new order. I've got the dollar yen here, and I'm going to change this to 1.45. I'm going to put in a stop loss. Let's just put in one at 42.000, and I'm going to buy. Everything looks good. Go ahead and click buy. Okay, that trades in. Now we got to adjust our stop loss, and this needs to be 145 pips, which is about yeah, and it's about that much risk. So about there is going to be good. Okay, now again, we got to put in our trailing stop, and again, that's 145, which is the average daily range divided by 2, and that's going to be 73 pips. Okay, so now I go over here, right click on the trade, go to trailing, custom, and I change this to 73 pips, which is, I'm just rounding it. Again, it says 72.5, so I just round it to 73. 73 pips, click OK, and that trade's ready to go for the week. Right, now we're halfway done. We'll go faster. Again, next trade, USD CAD. This is a long position for the week. We have a stop loss of 85 pips, okay? So let's go back to the calculator, change this to the USD CAD. 85 pips is the stop loss. Click calculate. So we're going to need a 2.34 contract to risk 1,500 bucks. Okay. Okay, perfect. Yep, that looks good. 2.34. So now we go over here. We change this. I should have done this first, but that's okay. And then we're going to click new order, and we're going to change this lot size to 2.34. Let me double check that. That's right. Yeah, 2.34. Let's put in a stop loss in for now at 1.32. That's below the current price, so that should work. 1.32, 200. Yep. Okay, and then 2.34. Yep, looks good. So click buy. Okay, that trades in, but now we got to adjust the stop loss to 85 pips, which we're pretty close. About right there will be about 85 pips. And again, how am I checking this? Guys, if you just hover over your stop loss, look how that summary pulls up. So I drag off. If I drag just right on it, there it goes. It shows you how much profit you're risking. So I'm risking just under $1,500. That's perfect. It's exactly what I want. I'm good to go. Okay, now I got to put in my stop loss, my trailing stop. So this has an average daily range of 85 pips divided by 2. It's going to be 42.5. We'll round it to 43. So now I right click here, trailing, custom, change this to 43, 430 points or 43 pips. Boom, that trade's ready. So got 2 more trades to take for the week, and then we're done. Last 2 trades this week are the we're taking the Aussie yen long position. Stop loss is going to be 110 pips. That caught me off guard for a second. I was like, wait, pound CAD and both of these are the same this week. So pound CAD and the Aussie yen have the same stop loss. So we'll go ahead and do Aussie yen long position with 110 pips stop loss. Okay, so now let's change this chart to the Aussie yen, which it is. Okay, I hate when this happens. I have to pull this back over. There we go. Okay, now let's go to the lot size calculator, change this to the Aussie yen. Okay, and this is 110 pips stop loss. click calculate. Okay, double check everything. Aussie yen, 200,000, 0.75, 110 pip stop loss, $1,500 risk. It needs a 1.95 contract. Okay, perfect. So now we go back to the chart here. We click new order. It does say Aussie yen. We need a 1.95 contract. We need to put in a stop loss just below the current price of the market. Let's just do 95.000 and double check. Yep, everything looks good. Go ahead and click buy. Okay, that trades in, but now we got to adjust the stop loss to about 1,500 pips of risk. Let's keep adjusting this to about right there. That's about $1,500 or close to 100 and I want to get that close. Yeah, right there. About 109, 110 pips of risk. That's perfect. Okay, now we got to put in a trailing. Now again, that's half the average daily range, which is 110 pips divided by 2. That's a 55 pip trailing stop. So I'm going to click on the trade, right click, hit trailing, custom, and then change this to 55 pips, which is 550 points. Click OK. Boom, that trade's ready to go. Okay, last trade. Last trade is the Aussie CAD long position, and that has a 70 pip stop loss for the week. Great. So let's jump over here to the lot size calculator, put in the Aussie CAD, put in a 75 pip stop loss. That's what I said, right? 75. No, 70 pip stop loss. Yeah, that's what it said, right? I'm getting myself, I don't want to mess up here. Yeah, 70 pips. I can feel the anxiety, right? It does, like you put a lot of money into these prop firm accounts, right? And you have real money going on here. So it's, obviously it's a little emotional, right? You don't want to make a mistake, which is why I love the COT report so much, because everything's so objective. It's like the work's already done for you. You just have to take the trades and manage your risk and you're done for the week, right? Okay, so the Aussie CAD, yep. Stop loss 70 pips. Okay, good. So double check Aussie CAD, dollar 200,000, 0.75, 70 pips. Yep. So we need a 2.85 contract. Okay. So now we go back to this, make sure we're on the Aussie CAD, which we now are. Let me go back over here. I hate it when it does this. I have to go all the way back. There it goes. Okay. So now we click new order. And what did I say? This is why you have to do that work, right? 2.85. 2.85 is the lot size. We got to put in a stop loss for now. Let's do 0.88000. Okay, that all looks good. 2.85. Go ahead and click buy. Okay, and then let's go ahead and move this stop loss. Looks like actually about where we had it. It's almost perfect. Yeah, that's 70 pips right there. Perfect. That's nice. Okay, now we got to put in a stop loss. And again, half of 70 is going to be 35, right? So we got to put in a 35 pip trailer in here. So we go ahead and click on the trade, right click, trailing stop, custom, and then put in 35 or 350 points. And we are done, guys. Just like that. That's all 6 COT report trades with trailing stops, appropriate stop losses for the week, using a lot size calculator. This is managing the risk perfectly to the point where, you wouldn't fail the challenge, right? So many people overtrade. This will not allow you to overtrade because you're only taking a specific amount of trades for the week. You're not guessing on whether the chart's going to do one thing or another thing. You're just basically just going off of the data, right? If the data is telling you to buy or to sell, then you're going to go off of that. And these are just the top 6 trades based off of leveraged funds. So the leveraged funds category is what we trade off of. They're very similar to non-commercial. They're just a little bit different. There's a reason why I do that. Again, for those of you watching this on YouTube that are familiar with the COT report, I'd be more than happy to tell you more about why we trade leveraged funds. instead of non-commercial. But again, they're very similar. We actually used to trade non-commercial, but leveraged funds is where it's at, in my opinion. Um, and yeah, so I'm not going to get into the rest of the details behind the why behind each trade, because this video was simply to demonstrate how to take the trades for the week. And so these were literally trades that I've taken in a $200,000 funded Trading Plus account, real live challenge, using the COT report. And you can actually see, if you click on my order history here, you can see all the trades that we've taken. Oh, this is just showing the trades from the past week. Yeah, it refreshes every week. So you can see last week we made $890, nothing huge. It was Independence Day here in the United States, so there wasn't a lot going on. So we made a little bit of money, but not a ton. The real money is going to be made in the weeks to come. Just because volatility has been a little bit lower recently. So I'm looking forward to that. So we don't know if it's going to be a winning week. We don't know if it's going to be a losing week. What we do is we just trade this same thing every week. You plug in these 6 trades based off of the weekly COT report that comes out on the weekends, and then you just plug and play your trades with the appropriate lot size. Now, guys, this is the same process that I would go through if I were trading $1 million account, $100,000 account, or $500,000 account. The only thing that would change, that because you're taking the same trade and the same trailing stop, same stop loss, the only thing that changes when you're trading with more money is simply the lot size, right? So this would change. Let's actually change this real quick. Let's say this is $1 million account. You click calculate. Yeah, all of a sudden that's 14 contracts, right? But let's say you only have $5,000 to trade with, right? You click calculate, and that'll tell you, oh, you need 0.07 contracts. So you can take these trades no matter how big or small your account is. You just have to go through this process of using the lot size calculator, plugging in the COT report trades, managing your risk, using the average daily range stop loss from MATAF, and that keeps all the subjectivity out of your trade, right? For the week. And what's cool is, if I have a losing week, I don't feel hurt about it as much. I mean, I always hurt, right? But it doesn't really hurt as much because, you have a proven system. So for those of you that are wondering, and again, because I do know there's a lot of people out there that just they don't believe, and that's fine. That don't have to believe. I don't care. I'm going to keep doing what I do, and my clients are going to keep doing what they do. But we have made, just in the last 9 months, this strategy, this version, the updated version of the COT report strategy, which is exactly what I just showed you, has rendered over 8,000 pips. Okay. In net profit, not just like what we've brought in. That's what's left over after losing trades. Over 8,000 pips of profit. We're averaging over 209 pips of profit a week. As you can see here, pretty dang amazing. Okay. And that's from using the same stop loss mechanism, same lot size, just everything I showed you. That's exactly what the strategy is. And if you just do that, start of the week, hold the trades till Friday, do that week over week, this is what your results would have been had you started 9 months ago. Okay. Like I said, in June, so last month, we had 6 traders get funded with just the COT report, and they got over $800,000 in funding through different various prop firms. We have a few that we like. There's a few, we like challenges that give you more time than just the 30 days for your phase 1. Because some months, you can have a losing month, and, we'd hate for you to lose your challenge money, your audition money, if you go with a challenge like that. So it's kind of nice to have a challenge. Like I go with Funded Trading Plus because they give you unlimited time. There's also bespoke funding, which is another great option. And there's a few other places that are good options because they give you unlimited time to pass your challenge. If you ever do start a challenge, let me know. I'm an affiliate with most um, companies out there that are prop firms, especially the ones I just mentioned. And that'll save you money at checkout if you use my code. So, and again, you can go with whichever one you want. I'm just saying that this strategy, if you want to really pass your challenge, you might as well go with one that's aligned with your strategy, right? Don't go with a challenge or a company that's not aligned with this type of style or trading that you're doing, right? I mean, duh, right? Makes a lot of sense, right? Anyway, so, but if you're interested, if you are not a member of the program, we do have a 14-day free trial. So if you sign up for either Forex Plus or Forex, this will get you access to this Telegram channel I showed you. You'll get access to this COT journal. You'll also get access to the calendar. So if you sign up for Forex Plus, for example, you'll get access to the Forex Plus calendar. And on the calendar here, once it loads up here, let me get it to load up here. It takes a second. There's a lot of videos on there, so sometimes it takes a while to load. Yeah, here it comes. You'll get access to all of my live tradings. So we do live tradings every day, Monday through Friday. So the lineup for this week is, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. my time. I'm in Mountain Time Zone. We have live trading classes every day this week, Monday through Friday. So this is where you come and we trade together. We talk about the strategy and the different strategies that we trade. That's super nice. We have basic training tomorrow. This is where I teach a lot of basic stuff, risk management, just price action concepts, nice stuff, right? That's every week on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern. If you can't come to this, you can always click on here and it'll take you to the recording, which is awesome. On Wednesday nights, we do COT report night. And this is where I teach the COT report strategy in detail. Why we trade the COT report, where do we get the COT report? It's free, by the way. It's free information. The government gives it away. I teach you, why we use certain stop losses and the methodology behind it. So for those of you that are interested in knowing why is Steve using such a big stop loss and how is he figuring out his stop losses, that's where I teach that. And there is an actual science to it. We've kind of pinned down a method that has worked very, very well. And if you want to dig in and find out, okay, well, I'd like to know why Steve does that and why did 6 traders get funded last month from this strategy? That would be a good class to come to. Yeah, definitely come and watch that. And it's every week, right? We also do once a month on the last Wednesday of the month, we do a class right here. So you'll see this right here. We do a how to pass a prop firm challenge class, and they're also recorded. So we've got several you can already go back and watch. And we've got several coming up. Obviously, once a month, we do a how to pass a prop firm challenge, which is a great class to come to. So that's the calendar. So huge value there. And you get all of that for $97 a month, but you also get it for a 14-day free trial. So you get 14 days free, and then $97 a month. If you are interested in my mentorship, this is where I work with you one-on-one. We do several things. What we do is, number one, we build out a business plan for you. After we build out a business plan, we build out a trading plan. In the business plan, we tell you, okay, you meet with me one-on-one. We go over, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have you trade the COT report. We're going to have you learn the COT report in phase 1, phase 2. We're going to have you start a funding challenge in 3 to 4 months. And sometimes it takes just a month or two. You'll pass your prop firm challenge and you'll get funded. Then the third phase is the maintenance phase. And this is where you're already funded and you are looking to get more funded accounts. So you're growing your net worth and you're getting more funded accounts in that last phase. So that's what the mentorship is for. You're basically just trying to level up to where I'm at, where you have multiple funded accounts and you're basically living off of your trading at that point. That's what that's for. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up for any one of those there. Cool. So, and there's a link to that in the description below, so you can get started and immediately start taking these trades, which is super awesome. So anyway, guys, so right now we just have to wait. We just have to let these trades pan out, do their thing. There's nothing you can do. Once they're in for the week. They're just week-long investments, and then we close everything, we flush everything by Friday, unless they hit their stop losses during the week, which happens. So if they hit a stop loss or a trailing stop in the week, they close out, but nonetheless, everything gets closed by Friday. And then on Friday, we get a new set of trades. And then on Sunday night or Monday morning, you take those new trades and you repeat, rinse, repeat, over and over and over again. Okay. All right, guys. So anyway, hope that was helpful. If you have questions, definitely ask those questions in the comment section down below. You can email me at steve@tradingwithsteve.com if you have questions. I think my phone number is also in the description, so you can call or text me too. So, all right, guys, thank you for coming. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next webinar.